Is this what being an adult is? I don't know. I don't know if I like coffee. Y'all, I am checking my email obsessively to want authenticity from people when people are so quick to tear somebody down for being authentic. Welcome to whatever this is. I did do this video in June where I just kind of sat down and did like a little chat video where I talked about whatever I have been writing down in my notes app. A lot of these thoughts come to me like when I'm in the car driving and I'm just by myself and it's just me in the open road and you have nothing but time on your hands. That's when these thoughts come. A lot of you guys asked me to do another one of these videos because you guys said that you like putting it on like in the background or just kind of having it on as something to listen to. So here we are. Before we get into it, I'm sure you're noticing the new glasses that I have on my face from none other than today's sponsor, which is Eyewear. You guys see me wear Eyewear literally every single day. Every video, every vlog, the glasses that I'm wearing are from Eyewear. I am wearing them 24/7, and if that does not tell you how much I love them, I don't know what else will. I will tell you about the new metal frames from Eyewear. These are the new metal base frames. I am wearing them in the NOLA. The new look of these metal base frames are just absolutely in right now. They are so sleek. I feel like they just look the absolute best. I love how thin and just elegant and professional they look. Eyewear is actually introducing a lot of new base frames within this collection. I'm gonna have everything linked down below for you guys to go browse. You can browse the website as always. Some of the other designs even have a rose gold color to them. Each base frame is made with titanium fronts for this lightweight and resilient design that you see here. We also have some adjustable non-slip nose pads right here. They're comfortable, they're flattering, which is exactly what you want in your glasses. And of course, we have our top frames. You guys know I'm always trying to add a pop of color. If you guys didn't know, Eyewear has this really fun thing where these are the base frames. These are top frames, and basically you just snap them on like so, and it changes the whole entire front look of your glasses. That way one pair of glasses can feel like 10 different pairs. These match my shirt that I have on today. This is the best part because obviously I have my prescription glasses, and then boom, you snap these on. They're sunglasses. I don't even have to switch between glasses and sacrifice, my sight. Boom, snap these on. Protection from the sun. So you guys need to go check out Pear's new metal frames. Like I said, I'm going to have everything linked down below for you guys. You guys can actually use my code DCIDWELL15 to get 15% off your first pair. As always, thank you so much again to Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. We're about to sit back, relax, and get comfortable. First and foremost, our fun drinks. First of all, we have my water on standby because need. But yesterday I went grocery shopping and I found these ice cream sundae root beer. I don't know what that is, but we're about to find out. It literally smells like a hot fudge sundae, and I'm kind of concerned for my health. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, not loving the color. The color that we're getting on this. I'm kind of scared. That is such an interesting smell. Actually, okay, let's try it. That's a really weird flavor. It's almost like a cream soda. Have I ever had cream soda? It's not terrible, but it's not something I would be like, yeah, let me go pop open an ice cream sundae. I am sitting back and relaxing. I'm gonna put this other pillow behind my back to just give me a little bit more support. First things first, I want to talk about this blanket. This is one of the Lola blankets. I had been eyeing getting one of these for months. And when I say months, I mean probably like 8 to 9 months at least. The thing about them that kept me from getting them was the price, because I was like, listen, I don't know, are they worth it? And then I saw people that I follow and they posted about getting Lola blankets, and I was like, wow, the FOMO is real. And then the day came because I had seen people saying, listen, they have really good sales, and I was like, where? Because I haven't seen it yet, but they do, because this is kind of useless information now, but they do have sales because I've even looked into it since then. They had what they were calling the Lola Day sale, and basically it was you could get 2 blankets for the price of 1, and I was like, are you joking? And these blankets are so huge. They have weight to them and they are so soft. I bought this one, and this is kind of like in a marble blueprint. I bought them in the blue colors because I wanted them for throw blankets for out in the living room because they're big. It's nice, like if somebody's sitting on the couch, it's like a nice throw blanket to have to cuddle up with. So obviously our house theme is like blue, so I was like, yeah, let's get some blue ones. The other one that I have over there is like this like blue tie-dye one. Literally the other day I come out of the bathroom into my bedroom and my fiance was sitting there with one of these blankets. Like he brought it into the room and I was like, what are you doing? Because we have blankets in our bedroom, and he was like, this blanket is so soft and amazing. Like they are amazing blankets. And I just wanted to talk about it because if you have also seen the Lola blankets and you're thinking about it, I was fully planning on asking for one for Christmas because I was not going to buy it because I was like, you know what, this is one of those things that I'm like, I just can't justify it. I don't know if anybody else does this, but there are some things that I just want and I'm like, I just can't justify it, but you'll put it on a list to be like, you know what though, if an occasion comes up like Christmas when somebody's like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I'll put it on that list to be like, hey, if you're interested, we can go half on this, or you can get this, whatever it may be. But they did have that sale, but I have seen that they have like really good Black Friday sales and stuff around the holiday. Just kind of keep an eye out for whenever they pop up with a new sale, because these blankets, I'm telling you, if you're looking for like a blanket like that, I really, really love it. And like I said, I literally got 2 for the price of 1. So that was a win for me. That wasn't a thought that was in my notes app, but you know what? Let's pull it up. This note I titled Random Thoughts July Edition. It's actually went into August now. This one's an interesting one because usually for this type of video, I would sit down, cozy up with like a nice coffee. And speaking of that, I am severely lacking on caffeine and I'm very tired. So I wish I did have a coffee, but here is a recent revelation that I had. I don't know if I like coffee. I like my coffee very, very sweet. So I'm like, is it that you want a coffee or is it that you want like a sweet drink? Because I don't love the taste of coffee. Like I don't crave the taste of coffee. And then you could say, oh, well, I want coffee because I want to feel energized. I'm getting a text message from insurance companies. Is this what being an adult is? I don't know. Anyway, back to the topic. I don't really know if coffee actually gives me any energy, literally at all. I don't know, because I will be tired and Isaac will be like, do you want to go get a coffee? And most of the times I'm like, no, we'll go get a coffee. I'll be like, I'll go with you, but I'm not gonna get one. Like I don't want one right now. And that is me most of the time. And I'm like, do I get coffee because I like the thought of having a coffee? Are you ever watching a vlog and someone's going and getting coffee and then you're like, wait, I also now want to go get a coffee because it looks fun to do? Obviously, there have been points in my life where I'm like, yeah, I need this coffee, but I feel like I had coffee orders that I just thought tasted good, you know, where I was like, I'm just craving the taste of this, not necessarily the effects of it. I will say though, I do have a Keurig, and when I drink hot coffee, I do feel like maybe the caffeine kicks in more. Like I feel like when I drink my hot coffee in the mornings, I'm like, yeah, okay, this feels like I'm getting some energy from this. I'm just having this revelation recently where I'm like, I don't know if I like coffee. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a story, okay? Yesterday, me and Isaac go out to brunch. He orders a coffee. And this is how I know that my fiance is a coffee person, because when we go out somewhere, if they have coffee, he's ordering it. Like he wants a coffee. Me, I wasn't even thinking about getting a coffee. Like that wasn't even on my mind. He gets his coffee and he's like, this coffee is so good. Like he's like raving about it. He's like, try this coffee, you have to try it. I take a sip and I'm like, no, I don't like it. He's like, what? Like, what? It's so good. And then I look at him and I'm like, I don't even know if I like coffee. Like, it was like this moment for me that I had that I was like, do I even like coffee? But here's the hard thing about this is that also sometimes when you are pregnant, some things that you liked before pregnancy just honestly taste different, or the thought of it just doesn't even like, if you guys have been around for a while, you guys would know, like for like the past year of my life, I would get Chipotle all of the time. I would get a Chipotle bowl. Like if you watched the vlog, that was just a part of me. Like I would go and get Chipotle literally all of the time. That was like my go-to dinner because I would be doing stuff and then I would look up and my mom would be like, are you gonna go get Chipotle? And I'd be like, yeah. Fun story, ever since I have been pregnant, I've had Chipotle like a few times, like very, very few, and I cannot even like like think about eating Chipotle. Like I just can't. There are some times where when I have ate it, I've been like, you know what? I feel like I can do it. But then I always feel like crap afterwards. Like I'm like, nope, that was not a good idea. But I genuinely feel like it's one of those things that are just like when you are pregnant, that's just one of those things that you're like, ugh. And then after you have your baby, you could probably go back to it. So that's kind of how I feel about coffee. So I'm not writing off coffee yet because one, I don't know, because also I don't, like here's another thing. We have the Ninja, I think it's called the Luxe Pro Cafe. We get a lot of use out of it because again, my fiance loves coffee. So I make a lot of coffees with that machine. I think it's a great machine. I know a lot of people like the Breville. Here's what I will say about the Breville versus the Ninja Luxe Pro Cafe. The Ninja Luxe Pro Cafe is for those of us who want to make coffee at home, but you don't have the time to sit here and like perfect the craft of a coffee. You can with this machine, but this machine is definitely made for just the more like casual, listen, I'm trying to save some money investing in this machine and I'm just trying to make my coffee on the go. Like I don't want to stop at coffee shops. I just want to make it at home. Obviously, other than the initial investment of, like the machine and the products and stuff that you need for it. On the Breville and on the Ninja, there's a dial. And I don't know if I'm going to explain this correctly, but basically it's like dialing your beans. It's like the certain like grind size of what's going to come out for the espresso. On the Ninja, it literally tells you like you put the beans in and they're like, this is the recommended grind size. And then you just put the grind to that and it comes out. On the Breville, it is like a scientific math equation of how you need to figure out how to grind the beans to the perfect size. Like you have figured out. And then literally if somebody like even messes with that dial, and this is speaking from somebody who I had the Breville, I invested in it like, what was that, 2 years ago now? I ended up getting rid of it because I was just like, the art of having to do it because I had seen so many people make videos and I was like, listen, you have to figure out the dial on it, on the Breville, and then you put it in for the shots to brew, and then people were like, no, you have to weigh out the beans. You can't just like pour beans in the grinder. Like you have to like weigh out the beans and kind of like single use them for the best like tasting coffee, for your coffee not to taste like burnt and absolutely terrible, which was how all of mine were tasting. And then you basically also need to time how long it takes for these shots to brew in your machine. Though that's why I say I feel like the Breville is for those people who love the art of making coffee and have like the time and want to like sit there and play with the machine and make the coffee. The Ninja Luxe Cafe, it tells you the grind size, it comes out, you just boom, put it in a little thing and then brew the espresso shot and pour it in. There's also like different, obviously there's like milk frother, there's different attachments on it, but that's really like all I use. I just brew the shot and make the coffee. Thumbs up, okay? My fiance absolutely loves it, but what I started going on that rant for is that when I have had like at-home coffee machines before, I would use them as well. And like I said, it gets a lot of use because he uses it a lot. But when I sometimes am like, oh, I kind of want a coffee, I will be like, no, I just don't know why. Like even the thought of like making myself a coffee, even though it looks good, like I will make my mom a coffee when she comes over. I love making other people coffees. Like I love playing barista. When I think about making myself one, I'm like, So that also I feel like is kind of tied to that, like maybe it's a pregnancy thing because I didn't really think or like behave that way before pregnancy. So I'm interested to see how that goes. Also, let's try this drink again. Yeah, I just don't know about that. Talking about coffee and talking about caffeine is literally making me need it even more because I am so tired. On that kind of same topic of like foods that I loved and now can't really eat versus foods that I didn't really eat versus now I can eat with pregnancy. Y'all, it is crazy the way that your body will just like do these things with pregnancy. I don't even know. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know. I am literally just out here living it. But that, like I said, Chipotle, one of those things that I was like, I want it every single day. Like I craved it. Like I didn't want to eat anything else. Like I was like, it is Chipotle every day for me. And usually when I get in those phases with something, it lasts like a few months. This was lasting me like a year and a half, almost 2 years straight. Here's my Chipotle order. I would just get a bowl with brown rice, half chicken, half steak, lettuce, and pico. That was all that was in it. And then I would get like a side of chips and queso. That was literally it. That was it. That was all I was eating. I would eat like breakfast and then I would be like, you know what, I'm just gonna get Chipotle later. Like that's what I'm going to do. I loved it, okay? And I can definitely see myself like going back to loving Chipotle after having a baby. I truly think that it is a pregnancy thing. Another thing, on the same topic of caffeine, y'all know I am an energy drink person. And that's another thing, is that I feel like I would go out and like get coffee, like especially if I was out with friends or if I was like somewhere, we would be like, yeah, let's go get some coffee. But my drink of choice for caffeine was always an energy drink, always an Alani. Like that was my drink of choice. And obviously being pregnant, I'm not going to sit here and drink energy drink. Those were another thing though, that the thought of it, of having an energy drink, was genuinely grossing me out. Like the thought of even having one, I was so grossed out by. I remember that was one of the like things in my mind that I thought, and I was like, this is really weird. Like, why am I all of the sudden, like out of nowhere, I was like having my energy drinks and I was like, I can't even drink this. Like the thought of it is kind of making me want to throw up. So that's actually another one though, that while I've been pregnant, like the thought of energy drinks, I just can't do it for me. Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call would be too. And it's Alani. I'm trying to think, Taco Bell. I literally never, and I mean never, said like, I want Taco Bell when I wasn't pregnant. And then all of a sudden being pregnant, I'm like, I want a Mexican pizza with a pintos and cheese and sour cream. That is literally, I'm always like, I could go for that. I could 100% go for a Mexican pizza right now. And I do feel like that's one of them that will go away. Like I feel like that's truly like more of like a pregnancy craving. Also randomly, pregnancy craving wise, Sour Patch Kids, always need at least just like a bag in the house to just like have like two, just like grab two at a time, just be like, I just want some Sour Patch Kids. Like that is a craving that I've had throughout pregnancy as well, where like that wasn't something that I was like, oh yeah, let me just go pick up some Sour Patch Kids. Being pregnant though, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that topic, let's go to another one. Constant comparison to everyone and everything. I am kind of over this now, but this is something that I was going through for a little bit, where not even on social media, because if you guys know, I actually am not really on socials right now. Like I still have Instagram and TikTok on my phone. However, I do not scroll through them. I do not browse through them. It's crazy because they literally just suck you in, because there are sometimes, obviously I have to go on TikTok if I need to post something, or if I need to grab like analytics or something, or if there was a video that I'm referencing that I saved that I'm like, oh wait, yeah, let me pull up that video. Especially with TikTok, like as soon as you click on that app, you just automatically just start that mindless doom scroll. And it is crazy. It's crazy how it just like sucks you in without even thinking about it. The other day, I literally had to grab analytics and I hadn't been on TikTok and I don't even know. I like to actually just scroll through. All of a sudden I look up and it's been like 35 minutes. And I was like, what just happened? Like what is going on? Same thing with Instagram too though. Like as soon as I open Instagram, if I'm just like, oh, I'm posting something, or if I need to grab something or kind of like see something really quick, I will see like, oh, my friends have posted an Instagram story. So that's my kryptonite. That is my kryptonite to get me to scroll through Instagram, because I'll see somebody's Instagram story and I'm like, oh, what are they up to? And then boom, you're in it. But I am not like on socials. I'm not doing that right now, because I already said it and I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, here's me. Why I have stepped away from social media, and I've done this multiple times for the same reason, and then I go back thinking it's going to be different, and then it's just not, and I'm like, what is going on? There's like such a difference in when you go on different platforms. When you're on YouTube versus when you're on Instagram versus when you're on TikTok. The behavior of people on all of the apps and in comment sections across all different forms of social media, kind of wild of the different behaviors. But the reason that I've stepped away from those is because I felt like as I would scroll, and it's a natural thing, like you see a post, boom, you click on the comments, and not even like in your own post, I'm talking about like other people's posts. I would just be like scrolling through, and then it would be like open the comment section, and just like every person almost is just like dragging this person for no reason. Here's something that I think is kind of like, I don't know the word. It's interesting. I feel like even just a few years ago on social media, you used to see a lot of like, obviously big creators, you know, like they dealt with hate for a long time. Like that's been a thing since social media has been a thing, because it comes with just some of the territory, I guess. I don't know. It's just always been a thing. This is where I find an interesting twist in nowadays, and I feel like with TikTok and Instagram and stuff, because everybody posts on TikTok and Instagram, like everybody does. What I think is so interesting is that now the hate is not just like reserved for, oh, like, well, this big influencer is like getting like hate or mean comments. People are mean to every single person on the internet. Like a complete stranger, somebody who may just be posting like a casual video, or they're just trying to like post a video for fun, or like they thought, you know, like they're just trying to share an experience that they had or something, that may reach out to somebody, like they may not even be trying to do social media, and the comments are like tearing this person apart, saying mean things to this person, like saying all of these things. And that is such, I don't even know, like that. And that's why I've stepped away from social media, because I'm like, it's literally every single comment section, people are finding something to be mean about or mad about. And it is very anxiety inducing, because it makes you not want to post on social media or be in like the public eye. Those things that people say do hurt. Like it is literally, I'm like, these things are going to hurt somebody's feelings. It's going to ruin somebody's day. It's going to affect their mental health in such a big way. Like I know if I'm just scrolling and going through the comment section and just feeling the negativity, like in the negative energy through the phone, if that's doing that to me who is removed from the situation, I cannot imagine what this is doing to the person who posted it. Obviously, there's a huge conversation, like the difference between somebody actually like doing something wrong or hateful versus somebody who's literally just like living life or talking about something, or like sharing a non-hurtful opinion online, something that's just like not that serious. And then people are like, you are literally, and like coming and attacking them. Just that, like just like the huge form of comment, or even now with TikTok of just also like hate videos. Because before TikTok, you have to think like YouTube, there were like tea and drama channels that I feel like were kind of the same vibe. But now people will just like, you'll just scroll and you'll see a video of somebody just absolutely like going in on somebody. That is why I have stepped away from social media, honestly, because of just like really intaking it, because I just feel like a lot of it has just been so negative that it has affected me, where I'm like, yeah, I can't. And then the comment section, I have been avoiding the comment section for a while now, just because of that same anxiety. Like even sometimes just like thinking about opening a comment section actually will make me go into a mental spiral. Like I can't do it at this phase in my life right now. I don't want to do it. And it really also frustrates me though, because there are so many, speaking of my community, of everybody that I talk to and stuff, there are so many loving, caring, kind people that leave just like the sweetest comments and reach out, and they care, and they watch your videos, and they leave positive feedback, and they tell you all of these nice things. And it makes me so mad that I have such crippling anxiety of opening a comment section, because I want to read and respond to these people, but I have a genuine fear of like coming across a comment of something that is going to like ruin my day and literally just make me absolutely spiral. And it makes me so mad, because I want to read and reply to such the positive people that are leaving comments, but it's just like, it's genuinely something that will ruin your day. Like, and you will think about forever. Trust me, there are things that I've seen online that I will think about forever, and that just really affect you as a person. And here's the thing, the people leaving mean comments, they don't care. They want you to feel that way. Majority of the time, if they're leaving a very nasty comment anywhere online, they want you to feel that way. Anyway, all of that being said, I hadn't been like scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I watch a lot of YouTube, because that's just always been my thing. Okay, y'all, I love long form content. I love YouTube. I feel like the community over here is just overall, it's a lot more peaceful to me, at least. And also something that I notice with YouTube is I don't really scroll through like comment sections of videos. I just watch the videos. Like right now, this may sound really dumb, on the TV I have on mute Alicia Marie's vlogs playing on the TV. So a lot of the times I will have like my laptop open or my iPad or the TV on, and I'm just watching YouTube in the background. So I'm not scrolling through a comment section, which I feel like does just like a completely different thing. A random thing that I found myself doing was that I was watching people people's videos and I was comparing like if they were working in an office or like had a little like cute little space. I was like comparing what my office looked like to theirs. And I was like, well, theirs looks so much better than mine. Like mine just looks stupid. Like mine looks like a mess and it just doesn't even look nice. Like it just looks uncohesive, blah, blah, blah. Like all of these negative thoughts over just like somebody else's space, like what somebody else's space looked like compared to mine. That and then how other people edit their videos. And I was like, wow, like their videos are way better than mine. Like my videos are just not good enough. Like I was just like every video that I was watching led to me self-destructing in some way. I was like tearing myself down literally just by like doing what I enjoy and like watching a YouTube video while like walking and editing or cleaning. And I would look up and I'd be like, man, like they just really know how to like decorate their space. Like it just looks a lot cozier and better than mine. Like I want my space to look cozy and like that theirs just looks so much better than mine. And I need to change everything about like what I'm doing because it's just not good enough. Like that is what I was doing. Constant comparison. Thankfully, I just kind of stopped that mindset. I feel like that's when I've been in kind of like a little bit of a slump, a little bit of just like a weird place mentally. A lot of that has been brought on again by, we're having the social media conversation. A lot of that has just been brought on by social media, not by anything else in my life. Okay. I was just doing this like never ending cycle of comparison and it felt so bad to do to myself. Like I was just tearing down every single thing that I was doing, comparing every single little thing. I just kind of stopped doing it, which is weird, but I feel like it's because you go through phases like with mental health, and sometimes like when you're in a really bad spot, you don't even realize like the self-destructive behavior that you're having in your head with literally just like every little tiny thing. I think maybe just like taking a break from the phone period would help, but also I was like, you know what? Like you are your own person. If everybody was the same exact person, had the same exact space, edited the same exact way, where would be the fun in that? Like you need to just be your own person and worry about yourself and appreciate that, yeah, somebody else's space looks nice and cozy and fun, but that doesn't make what you are doing or your space doesn't make it invaluable because like you think that this person's looks really good as well. They just have a really good space. You have a really good space. They edit good. You edit good in your own way, and just like be your own person. I don't know. I just wanted to share that was like a random kind of little bit of a slump phase that I was in mentally, was just that constant comparison. This is a funny one and it's kind of on the same page of like the social media chat and talk and all of that. I noticed this. And I have said this before, but when I am not on social media, it is crazy how you just have this thing in your brain. Like I will pick up my phone thinking I need to check something. Y'all, I am checking my email obsessively, knowing that there is nothing in there. It's different with my business email. I know like if my manager or a company or somebody is sending me an email, like a very important email, I know, and I'll pick up my phone. I'm not even checking it for that because I'm on top of those emails. I am just doing it because of like almost like the muscle memory of just like opening up your phone and being like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to like check a social media platform and scroll through it. So I have been obsessively checking my email and nothing new is happening in there. Like that's the thing. Like I will open it and literally haven't gotten a single new email, but I'm just like looking and then just like scrolling through and then closing out, like shutting my phone off and then just, you know, pushing it to the side. And I find that very interesting that even like when trying to stay off of social media, still kind of having that just like thing in your brain where you're like, I need to check something, so I'm checking my email. I had seen this conversation kind of like in one of these times, again, the doom scroll that sucks you in, when I needed to get something off of TikTok, or I think I was needing to pull up a video of like somebody talking about something, and then I was like, wait, they were like recommending certain products. And I was like, oh wait, yeah, I need to come back to this video. And I ended up doom scrolling for a little bit. And then I had seen this conversation of genuine authenticity on social media and why you may not be seeing that from influencers as much anymore. It was a very interesting conversation to me because I found it to be, I don't know the word that I'm looking for. And I kind of talked about this in a vlog that I have recently uploaded. I'll speak on what I like when I watch social media. I don't even necessarily need to 100% relate to somebody. I'm like, if their vibe is good, if I find their vlogs enjoyable, like I want to watch them. Like I watch people like traveling, like they may be going on these expensive shopping sprees. I just find it entertaining. Like I'm like, okay, this is entertaining. I like it. Just like as a human being on social media, for some reason, I like watching like other people's lives and seeing like what they're doing, or seeing people live in other cities and just kind of seeing the different human experience. Like I just think it's interesting how other people are like living and like what all of that looks like. And I just, I have my comfort people that I like watching different people for different things, all of that good stuff. Then there's the topic of like authenticity and like seeing the true version of people, because it reminds me of how when Alicia Marie talks about how like back, like in that 2013, 2014, 2015, like big beauty guru era, she now like when she vlogs and stuff, she's like, I would have never showed this back then, like I just feel like there is an air of more like authentic kind of like showing more of like the day-to-day stuff in social media nowadays, because like everybody's posting and it's just like so easy, especially even like short form content like with TikTok, and even long form content with YouTube, to just like pull out your phone and like vlog something. Like it's just like now so I feel like integrated into society. Like people know what vlogging is and TikToking and like all of that stuff. Like that's where we're at with social media. But you like watching people and feeling like you're knowing like, oh yeah, their life and everything and being authentic. But then comes the conversation of, it's kind of like how I was talking about with hate online, from both somebody who watches and consumes content and somebody who also makes content. I see both sides of it, because I'm somebody who consumes a lot of content from people. Okay, I am somebody who watches people and I'm like, oh yeah, and you feel like you know them because you think, oh yeah, we're being authentic and genuine. But here is where you see people start doing this like change, and then people are like, wow, why are we changing? Like you used to share so much more stuff. Like what is going on? And it is on that same topic of like hate and everything on social media, or just like people being negative, or even, the word parasocial relationships. Sometimes I don't like using, I feel like, the big word that is circulating around social media, because I feel like one person will make a video that goes viral sometimes. And I'm not saying that it's like, oh no, that's not even right. I'm saying that like sometimes I feel like a video will go viral, and for example, like parasocial relationships, somebody may be talking about it and it may be true, but then everybody just like starts taking that word and applying it to everything. So sometimes I don't like using those. But anyway, when you put yourself out there, like the risk of putting yourself out there, you're like, oh yeah, I'm making these videos. But I swear, like in my mind, because I am not somebody who would go and like leave a hate comment on social media, as somebody who makes content, it is never in my brain of like, how could somebody negatively perceive how I am living my life just day to day, or like saying this or saying that. And they can. And this is just where it's hard, because people want authenticity and genuineness, and they want to see your real life, and you want to make content that is authentic and that is genuine. But then you get fearful of what people are going to say, because like this is your life. Like you are sharing your life on social media. Oh yeah, like this is my little daily routine, or like this is what I like to do, or this is how I'm feeling right now. And then you do this, and then people start absolutely tearing it apart, looking into every single little crevice of your life that you may not even be sharing on social media, or like looking for little crumbs and hints at something. And it does make you kind of put these walls up, because obviously you're going to want to like protect yourself, and it doesn't feel good to like have a microscope. But then it's hard because people are like, well, you're posting on social media, so. But then sometimes I'm like, does that necessarily, just because somebody is posting like vlogs of just like little parts of their life? Because here's another thing, I don't know any creator who is like vlogging genuinely their whole entire life and sharing their whole entire life on social media. Maybe there is. I'm saying like the people that I follow, they're not sharing every intimate detail of their life, every intimate feeling that they have, every single thing that is going on. So then it's wild to like make assumptions about somebody or about somebody's life with like, I would say probably like 10 to 15% of their life is like actually what you're seeing. With some people it may be more, but I'm like, you are not seeing actually like a huge portion of this person's life, and you are making assumptions and spreading rumors, and you don't even like know really these people. And part of the reason that you don't really know things that maybe people would have shared before is because of behavior like that. Like it's hard to want authenticity from people when people are so quick to tear somebody down for being authentic. I am somebody who's always tried to be authentic in like what I'm saying and what I'm doing and just kind of like showing my life. I mean, literally, I vlog and I'm kind of in a vlogging mood because I've just been kind of in a book slump. I'm just in a phase of life where I don't do anything. I'm literally just sitting here and I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, wow, like what am I doing with my life? You know, like that type of feeling. And I still vlog it. Like, I'm like, you know what? Like, we're just going to vlog it. And then I am like, does anybody really want to see this? Just me kind of sitting at home having random thoughts? Who knows? My thoughts are literally all over the place. I'm like, okay, what am I saying? How does this relate to the point? I used to do this in class, like when I would have to write essays. I feel like one of the main pieces of feedback my teachers would always give me where they would be like, Destiny, you're doing this and you didn't ever tie it back to the original point that you were making. Where is the tie back? That is what I'm trying to do right now. Anyway, I'm saying that as somebody who tries to be authentic online but has this fear of what people are going to say or perceive of what I am choosing to share of my life, because like I said this a few months ago when talking about, you know, like pregnancy and engagement and stuff, I was like, listen, I do share my life with you guys. However, you guys probably only see like 10 to 15% of my life. Like, you guys are not seeing everything. So please do not make assumptions with what you were seeing like in the videos, because trust me, there's a lot that you are not seeing and that I'm not talking about. I feel like that is just where it's hard to like try to show and like take you along and stuff, because it's like people, not everybody, and this is not like an every single person on social media, but it's like people will literally see a little snip of your day. Because that's another thing too. Like, think about when somebody posts like a week in my life vlog, or even like a few days in my life. The video's like, maybe like 30 minutes, depending on the creator and like how they edited it up. Maybe it's 15 minutes, maybe it's 20, 30, 40, 50, over an hour. I don't know. But that's only that amount of time for an amount of like days. So think about genuinely like how much of your life you are seeing. Making assumptions and negative comments and stuff off of very little information is just damaging. I don't know. It just makes it hard, I think, for creators to like want to go on and share things, even if they used to do it and maybe they've changed up content because of negative comments and people doing behavior like that. I don't know. I think it's an interesting conversation, because I can also understand people want authenticity and they want to see the real creator that they are following, but it's just hard where I feel like we're out with social media right now and how negative of a space it can be. It can also be a very positive space. I also want to say that there are a lot of very positive, loving, caring people on the internet, but there are also a lot of very mean people on the internet as well. These last two topics that I have are book related topics that I've been thinking about. I am in a slump. And part of it, I've just really been being introspective and thinking about it, because I am like, okay, I'm in a book slump. For example, I think in July, I read 3 to 4 books in July. And I was like, you know, like as a person who reads books for a living, this is the point of view that I have. I feel like when I first got back into reading, and I wasn't really, you know, like doing it for videos, it's very interesting the perspective that I had on reading and the amount of books read a month. I did not care about how many books I was reading a month. I was just reading because I was very excited. I was seeing people talk about books. I was like, ooh, I want to pick that book up. I'm going to pick that up whenever I have free time. Like, I'm so excited. And so I never really cared about that. As I got into BookTube and creating content, I feel like I found this pressure of being like, okay, well, I need to make this many videos a month. They need to have a certain like kind of theme to them. So I need to be reading this many books a month. Like, I feel like to be talking about and reviewing and stuff. And it's hard because you're like, this is what I'm doing for a job, but also you're putting these videos out to people who maybe reading isn't their job and they're just doing it as a hobby. And then it's like, are you making them feel like if they're not reading 4 to 5 books in a week, or if they're not reading 10 plus books a month, that they're not being a real reader? And then it's hard because you're like, but I'm doing this for a job to make content for people to enjoy and kind of like maybe find books that they like. And, you know, part of the job is reviewing new books and reviewing these books being talked about right now. And that is time relevant. So I need to do it right now, right here, right now. And yeah, it's more unrealistic, but that's because I'm doing this like for a job, not really understanding, you know, am I putting this narrative out there that you need to read 4 to 5 books a month and this many books a month or you're not a real reader? Because I'm like, ultimately, isn't that at what I ended up doing, you know, like I wasn't reading that many books a month, but then I was watching more people and I was making content. And then I started thinking to myself, like, I need to be reading this many books. Like, is that a cycle that you're starting, putting these videos out? And that's not even what you're trying to do. And as I've been in this book slump, I'm like, maybe I should just let go of that pressure of being like, I need to read this many books a month, or it wasn't a successful reading month. Like, what are you talking about? Successful reading month, one, I feel like is just something that I have in my head because I make content and I make monthly wrap-ups and I talk about them. And it's just so hard because when it like has become your job, kind of the way and your mindset that you think about it is obviously way different than somebody who's just like reading, you know, like they're watching BookTube, they're doing something else and they're reading. So I've been really thinking to myself, like, even moving forward in videos, not having to like fit 5 books in one video, because that's also how I think with reading vlogs, where I'll be like, well, I've only read 2 books this week. Like, I definitely can't put this reading vlog out because I've only read 2 books. And it's like, that is not true. I feel like it would be refreshing for people to see somebody, you know, make content that is just more real. Like, and here's the thing though, it's also hard because it's like, yes, however much you're reading at the moment is however much you're reading. If that's a lot of books because that's how it fits into your life, you shouldn't be tore down for that because that's just how your life is looking at the moment. But also, it's like putting that pressure on being like, no, I need to stay up and read and finish this book because I need to do it for this reading vlog. It's like, that's not naturally how much you're reading. Like, I feel like more of what I'm trying to do is just find my natural reading pace and make videos that kind of are aligned with that, because I love reading and I don't want it to feel like, oh, I'm in this book slump because I just feel like I need to be doing this and this and blah, blah, blah. It takes away the whole entire purpose of reading. Like, it takes away the whole entire purpose. It's supposed to be an escapism. It's supposed to be a hobby. It's not supposed to feel like a job. That's with any niche. Like, I feel like if you make your niche, interest, hobby your job, as in like that is solely what you create content about, over time it's going to feel a little bit different. Because, like, for example, if somebody like makes art and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make content about making art, you could feel the same way, where you could be like, oh, well, now I feel like I have to do this because I need like a video, or I need this, or I need that. Like, I feel like that's a mindset that you can fall into. And it's the same thing with even just like vlogging your life. Like, if you're just a lifestyle person, and I have felt like this too, because when I vlog and stuff, I remember saying this like a while ago, that when I was like vlogging like every day and doing week in my lives like every single week, and I felt like I needed to get like as much content in one video as possible. I remember looking at my fiance, we were in the car, and I think this was like a year and a half ago or something. I feel this like need to capture every single thing that I'm doing, and not because I'm like, oh, I want to capture this moment to remember it, but because I feel like I need to make it into content. And I did not like that feeling at all. Like, I was like, I definitely want a separation of like the videos and vlogs and stuff and my actual life and my personal life. I don't want the two to intermix because I feel like that can get very, very messy. That's another thing too. I don't know. The last topic that I had was rating systems for books, because I was thinking of rating systems because recently I was rereading the Addicted series, reading them, and I never once like even thought about a rating for them. I was just reading them and I was like, oh yeah, okay, on to the next book. And I started thinking about rating systems, and rating systems are so interesting because I was like, oh, this is interesting to like read something and just not even think about like what I'm about to rate it. And then I was thinking though, I was like, do we really need, like, okay, well then how do I feel about a rating system? But then I was like, no, I think rating systems are a very useful tool, because the 1 to 5 star, people rate movies, books, products, everything. That's the thing. If it's a 5-star product, if it's a 1-star product, if it's a 5-star hotel, if it's a 1-star hotel, it's just genuinely, the overall rating system is just useful as a consumer of anything. Like, if you are consuming books, media, anything, you want to know the overall rating from society of like, okay, well, overall, this is like a very well enjoyed book. It's not, or this is a nice hotel. It's not. And here's the thing. With any of those, you can have your own unique experience. You can go to a 5-star hotel and have a 1-star experience. Vice versa, you can go to a 1-star hotel and have a 5-star experience. You know, any of that stuff. But I just thought it was interesting because I was like, do I need like this rating system? And I was like, no, I do. And I feel like it's a useful tool for literally everything, because if somebody, even if I'm talking about like a movie or TV show, and somebody's like, yeah, I know, I like, no, like a 5-star TV show for me, like absolutely loved it. I'm like, oh, they really, really love this. Okay. And when you're talking about books, it's like, this was a 5-star book. You know that somebody loved it. 4-star book, you're like, still, they really enjoyed that book. 3-star book. I would recommend. It was good. It was enjoyable. It was fine. 2 to 1 star. You're like, oh, okay, maybe this wasn't their fave. You know, like, I feel like it's just a useful tool of measurement for the enjoyment rate of something. Anyway, you guys, I have been chatting for a long time and I have been losing energy as I have been speaking. I need some energy in some way, so I'm going to go try to find that somewhere. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little installment of whatever this is. And if you put this on while you were cleaning or doing some studying or doing some homework or maybe working, I hope you guys are having a great day and I hope you guys are getting that to-do list done. And even if you're not, have some peace with yourself. And I just also want to tell you guys that I love and appreciate each and every single one of you that click on a video and that tune in and that write the positive comments and that make positive posts, collages and stuff, or like little videos on TikTok or Instagram. I appreciate every single one of them. I never feel like I deserve it, if I'm just being honest. So I appreciate you guys literally including me in it and just being so loving, and spreading that joy and kindness is such an important thing, especially in just today. It can make somebody's day to just say something nice and to just be loving and caring out in the world. And you guys are all amazing, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you may be having a tough time right now, just know that you will get through it. It will get better. I am here for you in this little screen that we're sharing, and I hope that these videos that I make on this app can provide some comfort for you guys that I feel like so many other creators have been for me, but also you guys yourself as followers and friends have also brought me a lot of comfort with just kind words in times when I really needed it, and support in times when I really needed it. So I hope I can do the same thing for you somehow. I love and appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great day, and with all of that being said, I'll see you when I see ya. Peace.